everybody. Welcome. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Y'all Gaming, the only show on the internet that asks, are y'all gaming? We took a bit of a break. We were traveling a bunch. I went on a trip, and then I went to Canada, and you've been all over the place.
Yeah, let's see where I've been lately. Let me go ahead and open up the doc.
Isn't it crazy how you don't remember? I don't either.
Yeah. So from October till now, I've been to San Antonio, then San Diego, then France, then Vegas, then Miami, then Atlanta, then Seattle, then Atlanta again, and now we're on break. And after this, I go to Cali, and then San Antonio again, and then Cali one more time, and then we're on break for the rest of the year. So yeah, I'd be moving.
Good Lord.
Yeah, but this is my job now. You know, as I said, the streaming has been not as lucrative, and part of it's on me, obviously, because I travel so much. But the other part is just, I'm feeling. I don't think I have the capacity to do streaming at the level that I want to, and like come up with new ideas all the time and whatever, and also commentate and learn a bunch of new games at the same time too. So
yeah, commentary is it's a full-time job in and of itself. So like the streaming thing on top of that it's tough, but
yeah, it was easy when it was one game because we're
right.
Like I can learn Smash just by playing it, but also like a lot of this stuff, like when you play so long, like concepts are concepts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a bad F Smash is a bad F Smash in any game. So, but when you start learning other games, it's a little harder. So we've been it's been nice to get a little break. I didn't really do much for Thanksgiving, but I did go to like one good Friendsgiving, had some good food, so it was a good time.
I did a Strive stream recently. I did a sponsored stream. Yeah, and I was very bad, but the stuff started clicking once I understood like how the game functions, like at a sort of X happens, then Y happens, then Z happens. And once you start getting that, the concepts all kind of fall together, and past experience with other games really comes through there. So I definitely know what you mean. It's like you kind of know what to look out for as you switch from game to game. But it could make, well, I don't know. I was going to say, I guess it could make you rustier on other games, but I don't think so. I feel like the rhythm of each game
I think it depends on the game, to be honest, because I don't think I'll ever be rusty in Smash, but like I could definitely get rusty. And like I was learning a lot about Guilty Gear, and then I did one like little commentary event for it at PAX, and then like I wasn't playing much after that, and I just kind of like when I came back, I forgot a lot.
Yeah.
So,
I find that my biggest issue when I'm like trying to come back to games, like I did a multiverses event, I didn't know who was good. Like when you're getting into a game and commentary, all the names and who's like, but like both of us had a good sense of like Nickelodeon, right? The good characters, the good players. Now if I watch a tournament and they're just like, oh yeah, Powdered Toast Man is 4 of the top 8. It's like, what? Huh? What? He's good now? Like what? I thought he was a meme. And all these new names come up. So that's, I don't know. I'm sure it's like that, especially because you're juggling not just like 2 or 3 games. You're juggling like 6.
Yeah. What I guess before we get into the actual topic that we were talking about, you said multiverses now. Your boy Marvin the Martian is in. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that going to at least bring you back to try him out?
I love Marvin. I kind of want to try it, but I also feel like, dude, my plate is so full right now with games. Like, I'm about to beat God of War. I have not beaten Sonic yet, but I'm on the last like tower. Callisto Protocol comes out next week. I have some other stuff.
I didn't even hear about that game.
Yeah, dude, that's the Dead Space one.
Oh, okay.
Not Dead Space, because Dead Space also comes out in next year, which is a remake of the first Dead Space. But it's a game that looks exactly like Dead Space. It's crazy.
Okay.
Callisto Protocol comes out. There's a new Dark Pictures game that I really want to play, which is the horror game that just came out. It's like, I wanted to, and then Evil West, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. I wanted to play that forever, and it's now come out. And it's one of those games that I'll save it for later, but it's a game that hits exactly how I expected it to, which is a good thing.
I think I know how it hits because you said West, and usually when it's in the West.
True.
Yeah, all right.
Love that
we'll
cowboy stuff.
Though.
Yeah.
we'll talk about it later.
One
But
game
yeah,
I
no, I
did
was just
not get
wondering.
sucked into was Pokemon, which apparently everybody's been on, and that's our first thing for today. I see you've been playing it
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Well, hold on. Didn't you played a little bit though?
I played Arceus.
I thought you. I could have swore I saw you streaming this. Maybe I was tripping.
Nah, not
I
this
don't
new
know.
one.
Okay, but all right. Well, I'm playing it, and it's good. But it's a good slash asterisk. Okay, because like because it's good, but there's definitely a lot of issues in it that I think people are putting higher than like the actual gameplay. Like I always try
Sure,
to
sure.
judge the game off the gameplay, right? Gameplay wise, the game is good. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can do in it right now. They have kind of like revamped the formula, but like not it's like a safe revamp. So like the whole thing of like having gyms and
Sure.
then titans and then secret bases like you have to beat. They are different, but at the same time, they're not that different where it's like
Okay.
the experience is the same. Like I go in there, I use my Pokemon to beat something up, and then I get rewarded for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The difference is obviously that like in the gym, like it's a it's a straight up trainer battle. In the base thing, like you run through and beat everybody in the base by just kind of like throwing out your first three Pokemon and they like auto battle and you have
Okay.
to beat like 30 people. That was like an interesting concept, but I've only done one and I can see that getting very boring very quickly.
Sure.
Um, and then the third one is Titans. You just beat like a really big Pokemon, but after you beat that big Pokemon, they give you your bike or your legendary another power, so therefore you can do more stuff. Like before, you could just kind of like drive around kind of slowly. I beat the first one, I got boost. I beat the second one, I got a high jump. I beat the third one, I got a glide or surf.
Okay.
So it was like it's cool that we're getting some good changes or like some good differences to the system, so it's not just go beat 8 people and then go beat 4 more people.
Sure.
um but that's like as I said, like the game is the dope. I feel like some of the new Pokemon are really cool. I was gonna make a team of cats, but there wasn't enough cats, so but you can definitely make a team of dogs, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Okay.
uh and then I was like, all right, well, there's some pretty cool stuff. I think the starters all kind of suck, at like final Evo form, but just because I like cats, I ended up going with the grass starter.
Sure, sure.
Well, I actually went with the duck starter because I thought the
The
duck
one with the
starter would
hair.
turn into like some type of mobster or something.
Sure, yeah.
No, it turns into a dancer.
No,
And like,
it looks awful. I hate that
yeah,
that third one.
yeah. So as soon as I got to the second form, I asked someone to trade me a Sprig, the cat, and the cat turns into like tuxedo mask, which is like not much better, but it's definitely better than what I was
It's a
getting
step
first.
up. Yeah.
So, but yeah, like that's all the good parts. The bad parts of the game obviously is the optimization. It runs terribly, and I don't think that's fully on Nintendo or not Nintendo, on Game Freak. I think that's slightly on Nintendo
Sure.
because they don't have the hardware for this. Like
Right.
it's you want this big ambitious game, but you don't have big ambitious hardware to run big ambitious game.
Yeah.
So, but I like at the same time though, people are like, well, you can't really say that too because like look at Xenoblade, which not the
Yeah.
greatest running game, but it does have like just as many working parts, if not more, and it still runs very well, and looks at least serviceable on the Switch. So there's levels to this somewhere in there.
Sure.
As to how hard is Game Freak trying versus how much can they actually try to make this work on this system.
Yeah.
But all things aside, I'm not a competitive player, so I'm not sure what the competitive side is like. But as a person who just enjoys Pokemon and the stories and like, or just kind of playing through and like the serotonin of like using a new Pokemon and seeing them get a new move,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give that game a solid 8 out of 10. Those 2 points are those. It's a solid. I will say it's a light 8 out of 10
Mm-hmm.
because like those 2 points that are being taken off have almost nothing to do with the actual gameplay. It's mostly just the presentation of the game.
You played Arceus, right?
Yes.
How is it different? Because I played Arceus and like that was my modern like frame of reference for what a new Pokemon is. And I keep hearing that it's in between Sword and Shield and Arceus, and I don't know what that means. Like,
well, you get the open world stuff, but you don't get the open world like how like Arceus is like open world, but like biomes.
mm-hmm.
There's no biomes in this. Like it's just a whole map, and then you can't just catch Pokemon without battling them. Like you can hit them in the back of the head, and then that will startle them, and it makes it much easier to catch. So you can like essentially like 2-tap them with hitting him in the back of the head and then throwing a Pokeball after
Sure,
you've
sure,
done that.
sure.
And more often than not, like that should catch him. But yeah, there's no like quick capture, which kind of sucks because I mean, like you run into hordes sometimes,
Hmm.
and that would be a really good feature to just be like, all right, I want to just capture them all without having to fight every single one of them if I'm
Right.
looking for something. Like for instance, I was looking for a Pyroar, a male Pyroar, which is a lion, and they have two different evolutions when obviously you evolve the males to a female. So the female has like a shorter mane and like just kind of like one, like mane to the back, and then the male has the full like mane. And I was like, well, I want the male one.
Sure.
The male spawns 12.5% of the time. So I ran around for like an hour.
Oh my god! So they got you. You were stuck there.
Yeah. Because I forgot about that. And then, yeah, so I evolved one Pyroar, but it was a female. And I was like, oh, I want the male one. So, like, I
Yeah.
wanted to go get the male one. And, yeah, it took a little bit. But, like, that would have been much easier if I could just see every Pyroar that I saw and then threw a ball at him and then just,
Right.
called it.
Yeah.
Like, there we go. And, so that's one of the differences. I think there is no, like, obviously there's no HMs again.
Hmm.
So your bike is basically full HMs. Like he does everything you need. It
Sure.
flies, it surfs, does all that. And then there's like fast travel in the game now, so you don't really even need like fly. Like it's fast travel.
Okay.
And I think there might be one more thing
That sounds mad convenient.
that is very convenient.
That sounds
so.
great. Holy crap.
Yeah. So yeah, see, Astral Crab is in the same boat. I really miss the catch the style from Arceus. Like if you wanted to fight, you could fight in Arceus, but like normally normally you didn't. Like or Arceus. I'm sorry, that's how you're supposed to say it.
I
but,
never
like,
know if it's Arceus or Arceus.
it's definitely Arceus because
Okay.
I think they were trying to stop people from saying Arce, which is
Okay.
kind of funny.
Now that's very funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
More
but-
like Arceus.
Hey,
Yeah, you got these people from the UK roasting it. Yeah. Yeah, I really liked Arceus, but I did not like it enough to like. I didn't beat it. I didn't fill out the Pokédex like I was saying. I was thinking I was going to, but I liked the direction it was going. When I saw that this is more a traditional Pokemon game, like I'm not into the battling. You know what I mean? Like you're talking about, like it feels so like, I don't know. But I've heard from so many people the game is great, but very buggy. And if you don't care about the bugs, that it makes it even better. Because
I have not seen a single bug, so I'm
Really?
I'm lucky. Yeah,
nothing at all.
not even one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but also I'm not that far. Like I have hours in, but I did a lot of like I was looking at a lot of the new stuff. I'm also going through it in a different way because
Sure.
Fats told me like I did one gym, and then I did one Titan, then I did one of the like the enemy bases.
Okay.
Team Stars, the team like Team Stars, Team Rocket of this game, but also Team Stars like terrible team by the way. They like there's like no sense of like evil from them.
Okay.
Like at the very least, like yeah, I mean, of course, Jesse and James comedic relief for like Team Rocket.
Always, yeah.
But like the rest of Team Rocket felt like there was some level of evil in there.
Sure.
I don't feel that from Team Star right now. And maybe like later on they'll get there, but it seems like a bunch of silly kids right now. So but that said, to go do all the Titan stuff first. So I've been doing all that, and then this is my one gripe with the game. I forgot. The game should scale with you because with it being open world, and there's no like real way to like tell me or let me know what direction I'm supposed to be going. I just did a gym, the second gym, and she's like level 22, and I'm like level 45. So
yeah, so you're just blazing through it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I think the game could have scaled with you, like as you do stuff, like everything in the world goes up like I don't know 5 levels or 3 levels or whatever
Sure,
to keep up with you, so that like and it doesn't matter like if the Pokemon evolve or not. I just think that like it would have been much more of a challenge that if I didn't go through it like this,
Yeah.
Would it have been more challenging? Because once I finish all the Titans, then I go through all the gyms. I'm probably going to smoke every gym. So
Yeah.
like, there's just there's really no challenge at that point in time. I went to the second gym too. The second gym is Electric Gym, the one that I did.
Yeah.
And I don't even have any like Pokemon that are strong against Electric, and I still one tapped her every turn.
So it's
I was
just
like, all right,
way
well,
too easy.
Yeah. At this point,
Yeah.
I think there definitely was some order you were supposed to do, but I would have liked if the game scaled with you at least a little bit.
It feels like you have to do that in open world games unless you're really trying to go for like the power fantasy deal where it's like,
Yeah.
You want to get stronger and come back and like crush ants later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That might be a little bit more valuable, but in Pokemon, it's like you don't really want that. You want like an even trainer battle. So, I'm glad to hear it's at least an 8. I don't know. I feel like Pokemon's not. Part of me feels like I'm being unfair. I was gonna say I feel like Pokemon's never gonna evolve or change, but like Sword and Shield was a big jump, right? Like, it's changing. It's just,
Bro, you don't even like the thing is you don't even like Pokemon.
No, I don't. You're right.
You're a Gen 1er. Like
I am, but
you don't care about the change, bro.
But I'm waiting to make the jump. Well, like what I'm waiting for is for the first Pokemon game that makes me want to re-get into the series, and it hasn't happened yet, and I don't know if it's ever gonna happen. Like I'm waiting to jump.
It's just a set. When you get Pokemon Australia, Pokemon the Outback, I know you're in there. Bro.
Actually, I never really thought of that, but you're right. Oh my god, dude, that's actually true. If we got in Australia, you know me so well between the Western stuff and the Outback stuff.
Too long,
that's crazy. No, I saw like the Spain thing, and like I've heard, Paris, New York seemed kind of interesting. I've been thinking about Black and White, but if I saw it, I actually might hop in on that. That actually might be good. Damn.
I think they could have ran this one so much better because I'm thinking about like whenever we go overseas, right?
Yeah.
We literally always go to like shop because like it's overseas. We can get some foreign drip. In this game, everybody is a student, so you don't have many options to customize. You have 4 different seasonal outfits that you can slightly customize, but it's mostly just like shoes and hats. And the hats are all stupid. Or like you get like a beanie that's like oversized or like a helmet or something. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So my character's just running around in shorts, some tights, some Jordans, and a 50K backpack. So
I mean, are you trying to dress? Are you like one of those like big?
I love customizing my
okay.
Yeah, my trainer. Can't do it in this game though.
Sure. Okay.
Well, not enough customization for me to like be like, yeah, like I look different because I don't look different.
Yeah. So. Orbital Cannon said Pokemon really has just been small improvements each gen, but it's building up for sure. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm waiting for. I just know it's one of those like I'll know it when I see it kind of deals, but I also feel like I'm probably just not going to do it. I'll just keep watching Pokemon from afar and play like Snap and the spin-off stuff because it's cute to look at cute animals. So
speaking of though, are you a Kangaskhan fan? Because Kangaroo Kangaskhan.
I like Kangaskhan. Yeah, not like crazy, but I like it.
Okay.
I can't believe that's the only kangaroo Pokemon. You would think there'd be more.
It took them this long to put in a dolphin Pokemon.
That's crazy. Well,
yeah.
I'm so stupid. I was like Dratini, but Dratini's not a dolphin. Yeah, I hate that dolphin Pokemon. I can't believe that's an evolution. It looks exactly the same.
Yeah, but that's the point.
Like I know it's a superhero kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the cool part. I haven't evolved him yet, but like everyone was telling me that his stats go crazy. Which again, this is the other part. Like I'm not a competitive player. I don't really care about the stats.
I was in your chat lurking, and I saw so many people come in, and they're like telling you about the stats, and like that one's not good. That's not competitive, and you're like, I don't care. Stop. People really try to be helpful.
Does it look cool?
Yep.
All right then.
That's my guy. If it looks cool, that's my guy. No, I've noticed a lot of people have been very helpful in your chat. Let's say, yeah.
just a bunch of helpful.
A lot of helpful Harrys. Yeah, absolutely.
But the other last thing before we swap over. On this top for a while. One of the best features they added to the game was auto battle.
So you don't even have to play the game.
No. You because you still have to play. You can't auto battle like trainers or anything important.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, if you want to catch stuff, you have to battle it. Plus, auto battling only gives you like a fraction of the experience.
Okay.
So usually you just auto battle like if I see like a group of Tauros and I have a psychic Pokemon, then I just throw my psychic Pokemon over there and let them clear out all 5 of those Tauros for whatever experience I get from that.
Okay.
And then I move on because I don't need to catch it and I don't feel like being in the animation.
Mm-hmm.
Really good feature. You can't. It's kind of hard to abuse because of the fact that you get like kind of like a fraction of the experience, but it is
sure.
It's still nice for like little hordes.
Okay.
So, yeah, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
Neat. Okay. So that is Pokemon, Scarlet and Violet. Is it Scarlet?
Yeah.
I keep getting that wrong. Scarlet?
Scarlet and Violet, yeah.
Got it. I keep saying Scarlet or Sapphire or I don't know, I keep saying S. Whatever, I know it's Violet. The next thing, we're going to talk about Dead Cells, which I didn't even know got an update. I didn't know they were still making updates on this game.
Yeah, Dead Cells updates have been going actually insane. I played the update right before
had a
this.
lot.
And it's like they put like 4 more worlds into the game, and
Mhm.
there's a different boss route, and like I'm currently on the 2 cell run, but I'm probably never gonna be like Dead Cells is just the after a while, like and when you get to that point in most roguelikes where like you get so good
Mhm.
that like you can kind of just run through it without like thinking.
Yeah.
Like you can just
Mhm.
jump into a room and there could be like 90 enemies. You're like, I'm fine. You can't do that in Dead Cells now. You actually have to kind of like scout like later on,
Okay.
because like you might jump into a room and everything in that room can hit you once and you're like at 1 health. And
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah, so it gets a little scary, but like they got another update where they added like a bunch of people from different games,
Like
like
indie
different
stuff
skins, but
or
like other PC stuff. So yeah, it's like I think there was a Hotline Miami was put in there, a little Shovel Knight action was in
okay,
there.
that's fun.
Yeah. So they with that comes, I think, just new weapons and also balance changes, which is also good for that game because I feel like there's in a game like that, you definitely can get like a build solved, right? Like these are the best
Right. Yeah.
weapons in the game, right? Because this, and this. And I think they know that, so they swap it up and then like they'll, nerf weapons and buff other weapons and stuff. So they kind of change it up. And I think that's really cool. Dead Cells easily is one of the best roguelikes of our generation, of our
Yeah,
time.
definitely.
And so if you are a roguelike player or like a roguelike fiend or anybody who just wants to even experience a roguelike, I would say start with either Dead Cells or Hades. Both of those really good roguelikes to start with. But yeah, Dead Cells has definitely been doing it for a while. Like I played that game when it was in like beta, and then just have continuously played it since.
Sure.
So,
I'm shocked. Like I said, I'm shocked that it still gets update because like it came out in like 2014, 2015, right? Something like that.
yeah, but it's been a while.
That's an old game, and I'm
Yeah.
shocked they wouldn't move on to another thing, or maybe they still got a pretty good player base. It's kind of
Dead
cool.
Cells release date was May 10th, 2017, but you have to think about all the time that it was playable.
I played
before
like
then,
the
so.
pre stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was probably around the 2015 time. That seems about right.
Still long though. It's a long dev
Yeah.
cycle. Good for them. Especially because there are so many other sort of games of that type on the market now. I feel like they're more and more common. But they don't quite hit the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, there's
is
definitely a
just
decent
different.
amount of side-scrolling, like roguelikes. I know I was playing another one called Neon Abyss. And that one's pretty good. I was playing another one called Blade Runner, and that one's pretty good. But there's just something about Dead Cells that like it definitely just the
different.
mechanics just feel like they flow like it feels like it's the blueprint of 2D roguelikes. So yeah. So and then you got obviously like everybody has their thing like isometric roguelikes. That's gonna be Hades.
Mhm.
And then Curse of the Dead Gods is kind of like right there, but like it's a little.
It feels well. I haven't played it. It looks exactly the same.
It
to me
definitely looks exactly the same. The only the difference between them is there's like a stamina system.
Okay.
And parrying is really big in that one, but outside of that, yeah, it looks pretty much like they were like, this Hades joint look cool. Let me do that. But like in the Aztecs, like
I hate it when games do that because I know that these games take years to make. Like it's not like they were being. It's not like they saw Hades and then made a game in a month. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like it may have come out before, for everything I know. I don't know, but it does suck because one game just like totally eats the other one's lunch. And it's like, oh my god, it sucks.
But, oh yeah. Well, it definitely did. Like Curse of the Dead Gods' full release date was February 23rd, 2021.
Okay.
Hades was December 6th, 2018. So.
Oh well, they had a couple years then. Okay, they copied.
Yeah,
it. Never mind, I'm copying it. Come on. They probably were making a game that looked kind of similar, and they were like, "Oh, damn, this Hades go crazy," and then they made Hades. Okay, never mind. I'm not playing that game. Cheating ass.
I mean, like I have it. It's fun. Obviously, I miss the roguelikes, but it's if you told me like to make a choice, like it's 100% Hades. Like that's just
always.
Yeah. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So,
yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so Dead Cells is hitting, and if you guys have said like it's probably a really good time to get in because I feel like with all this new stuff, that means like almost every run you're unlocking like 5 or 6 different things.
Dude, yeah,
And
there's so much to it that like I played Dead Cells randomly like a couple months ago, maybe like 3 to 4 months ago, and there was so much stuff in it that I was constantly unlocking and doing new stuff. So if you've never played it, now is probably a great time.
yeah,
It's a fun game.
so it is a fun game. I've had a great time playing that.
Yeah.
Probably will. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to stream today. I have no like real plans. Maybe I'll do some Pokemon stuff, but we could check it out as well. You know,
Sure.
we'll see what happens. I got to get off Overwatch for a little bit because the weekend brings out all the kids who aren't actually good at the game. And yeah, it very much shows, bro. So like,
that's tough.
You know, and I'm getting toxic now because everyone's always like doing something like the Reinhardt charges into the full team of 5 and then wonders why he can't get healed because we can't get to him, and then he's in chat talking about some healers, where you at? And then I have to get in there and be like, you're fully out of position, and then they're like, but look how many kills I have, and but look how many deaths you have. Like,
yeah, I can't do Overwatch for that reason. I would either get mad or not care, and I feel like neither of those. Like, if I get mad, then I'm causing problems. If I don't care, I'm causing other people problems. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
because other people are gonna care a lot. So, yeah.
So.
All right. Before we get into our last thing, we have a sponsor for today's video, BetterHelp, and I'm gonna let TK take this one away because he has the copy up. Go ahead.
Yeah.
After you.
You didn't have to say it like that.
Sorry, I'm being very transparent. We have a thing that we're reading, and now I just set you up for it. My bad. I should have just said.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp.
It feels weird teeing you up. Go for it. Okay, my bad.
Whether or not you've been in therapy personally, well, that's actually not what I'm supposed to be saying. As the world's largest therapy service, BetterHelp has matched 300 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists, available 100% online. Plus, it's affordable. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with the therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Learn more and save 10% off your first month. BetterHelp.com/y'allgaming. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/y'allgaming. Now, I know that we just did that ad read, but I do think therapy is actually very beneficial. This is just me talking. I've been in therapy for quite some time. I also take meds, and the quality of my life is a little better. I think there's been times where like I've dropped out of therapy and realized I need to get back into therapy. And sometimes like that process can be a little hard of trying to find another therapist. But luckily BetterHelp does try to make it a little easy for you by, you know, having several therapists that you can match with at any point in time. And as I said, yeah, as soon as if you're not clicking with one, you know, you may not always like the first person's not always going to be the first person that you work with. Right. Like I definitely, even when I was doing therapy, like off or like in real life, like I've swapped therapists a couple times because like, you know, me and one therapist weren't clicking or whatever. Just like I've swapped meds because, you know, sometimes meds don't work the way they are intended, or they stop working as hard as they originally did, you know, tolerance and all that good stuff. So
right.
If you're looking, you know, this is definitely a good avenue for you to start your therapy journey or your psychiatry journey or anything that you're trying to do with that, because life is hard. Life can be hard. And sometimes, you know, everybody can use a little help. So why not get that help from BetterHelp?
Definitely. I wanted to. I can't speak to it from experience because I've never had therapy or psychiatry, but I have a lot of people close to me that have. And you're right. It's like when you're trying to find the right person, it can be really difficult, especially when you are like, it's hard enough to get out and do that stuff and try to make it happen. And it gets so much worse when you can't find the right person. So having the convenience of having it, you know, available and accessible, I think is really valuable because you'll be able to like swap around and find the right person for you. So check it out, betterhelp.com/y'allgaming. All caps. You can find the link in the chat right now. Y'all with a YALL, gaming spelled like the normal way, not the meme way with the E. So yeah, check it out. Last thing on the docket today, I'm kind of cheating here. I didn't get to play this. Evil West came out, which I was very excited for. Because it looks like a dumb cowboy game, and it's like the gates of hell open, and a cowboy beats him up. I haven't played it, but all the reviews that I'm seeing say that it's just a dumb, like, PS2, PS3 action game, like that era. You know what I mean? Like, you just storm through rooms of enemies, and then you get out, and it gives you a grade, and then you keep going. Which sounds amazing to me. I love that stuff.
You're Mr. Western, bro.
That's
like,
me.
You put him in a Western. Yeah, like
It could be
this is
anything.
how you get Conan to play a game. You put
Hmm.
it in what you put it in the West. You put it in Australia. So now, if you ever make an Australian cowboy, like that's game of the
Oh,
year.
it's over. Game of the year. Especially if it's open world and it's a bunch of stuff I can pick up. I can craft arrows with like 5% better stun or something. Oh God, I'm in heaven.
Yeah, bro. It isn't like. Well, I guess that's the Red Dead, the Outback. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Vaguely, yeah, something like that would be nice.
Yeah.
It feels similar, but no.
Let me
Evil
look
West
at this
is.
game now. Let me take a look at it. Evil West.
It came out. Everybody's giving it a 6 or a 7, which is fine. That's what I was expecting. I wanted to have a chance to play it before we talked here. Unfortunately, I have not because I've been playing a lot of God of War, which I could talk about. You know, I haven't beaten it yet though. I literally before I came downstairs to do the show, I'm at the final boss now. I am standing in front of him upstairs, paused. So I'm gonna go beat him.
No, this Evil
right
West
after
trailer
this.
got almost hooked me off the sole fact that I just saw him punch something. So there's gauntlets in the game, and that's how you get me to play a game like this.
I love punching. Punching is sick.
I indeed very much like punching things.
Yeah.
So punching things, very fun, very fun.
Just give it a. I don't have much to say about Evil West, unfortunately, because I haven't played it. But go give it a look, like TK just did. See if you're into it. Looks simple.
Yeah. So, but I think yeah, if you're into westerns, I mean, it's westerns got like a little futuristic thing, and the guy's he's glowing a little bit. I see some electricity popping off, but it's western. So go enjoy yourself some western. It looks kind of like almost zombies or something, or like supernatural western type deal.
I'm looking up the reviews. It's a 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 70% on Metacritic. It is the exact 7 out of 10 game, which sometimes those hit. Sometimes, yeah, those hit more than 10 out of 10 sometimes for me because they're so like, I know, you know exactly what you're getting into. You know what I mean? There's something really valuable about that. So.
Yeah, I feel like the 7 out of 10 basically means there's no surprises in here. Like this,
yes.
the game that you're getting is the game that they sold us, and like, all right, fine with me.
That's what I'm into.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning into Y'all Gaming. I think that's going to do it. Talked a lot about Pokemon, talked a bit about Dead Cells, and talked pretty much nothing about Evil West because we haven't played it. But maybe next week. Maybe we'll talk about it again next week. Anything else to say to the people before we go?
No, I'm probably going to stream some Pokemon because, I don't know, it's Sunday and I don't really have anything else to do. So let's hang out. Come over to the TK Breeze stream. Let's talk about games and do other stuff because, yeah, as I said, I have nothing else to do right now. You can go watch my overpowered Pokemon slap up gyms because that's what they're doing now. But, yeah, with that being said, yeah, that's going to be it for the show, man. We'll catch you on the next one. I'm not sure when that's going to be because, like, obviously there's not a lot of games coming out right now that, like, we'd be talking about, but probably within like a week or two.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll get on a more regular schedule, promise. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Thanks for watching, Y'all Game. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.